Hello, everyone, and welcome in. I am Amy of AJC Magic TV. Yes, it's a surprise trivia night. Just going to have some fun. I'm also going to talk about, since it has been movie week from liveplace.com, Dean had set up and asked different various channels about participating in movie week. And I didn't get a chance to go live on Wednesday to go over the list. Welcome in, Melanie. Thank you for joining. I'm going to talk quickly about some the movies. I thought about a few different types of movies. Um, and I decided I would settle on movies that were made in Pittsburgh. I was going to do some that were year 2000 through 2010. And then I was thinking, well, maybe doing some other things. But I decided that I would do movies made in Pittsburgh. That's where I'm from. A lot of times there's some good different movies, and we won't spend too much time on it, but we'll get on to the trivia. So let me pull that up, but I want to honor. I said that I would participate in the movie week. I think it was a great idea. A lot of people had some good ideas. Welcome in the Friendly Gamer. Welcome in Garrett of Monarch Moments. Melanie, please share out the stream if you can. It would be much appreciated. I'll try to hit as many as I can of the different movies made in Pittsburgh that I found from different lists. I mean, there's a ton that were made here in Pittsburgh. So we'll get ready to start. Yeah, you're giving them away there already, Garrett. But I will pull up the list and then we'll go from there. Oops. Hello, Tracy, Glenn, Kenzie Days' dad. Welcome in. Now get ready to do trivia. I'm just going over my movie list. I didn't get a chance on Wednesday. I had some technical issues and various things going on. I was going to do movies of the early 2000s, but I decided I will just go ahead and go through a quick list of movies made here in Pittsburgh. And I'll do that real quick. No, okay, Melanie. Yeah, I'll hurry up and go through the list real quick. I know Garrett hit on some of them, but one of the movies was Striking Distance that Bruce Willis was part of. He was actually one of the Coast Guard people along the rivers, and there was various things happening on along there. Welcome in, Russ. Thank you for joining. So Striking Distance was one of them. Another one was the movie The Perks of Being a Wildflower with Emma Watson. That was actually made in and around the area that I actually lived there. There used to be a restaurant called King's Restaurant where they had a scene in there, and Emma Watson sat in there. Unfortunately, the restaurant is now out of business, but they did highlight which booth Emma Watson sat in for The Perks of Being a Wallflower. And various houses around the area were used and asked to be used by that. One of the ones that Garrett had mentioned when I was a kid, The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh with Dr. J. and Stockard Channing. They did that in our old Civic Arena, the Civic Arena, so they could lower in some of the props and different things there. It was pretty cool. My dad and brother were actually in the audience when they were looking for extras in that movie. Another one was Tom Cruise was in Jack Reacher. He was part of that. One of the cool things is they did a movie premiere night on our south side at their theater there, and Jack Reacher, welcome in, it's Joey's World. Tom Cruise actually came to that preview night at the movie theater and actually went into all the different theaters. So you got a little glimpse of Tom Cruise. I know these days he's not really the greatest guy, but I know in his Top Gun days, I really like Tom Cruise. Um, Fences, August Wilson may help write that film. He did not film it, but it's Fences, and that was made in the Hill District area of Pittsburgh. Welcome in, This Our Dreams. Flashdance. That's one of the ones that's a little bit older in the early 80s. Flashdance was about the dancer. She lived on the south side. It was actually pretty interesting how they filmed some of the sequences because she's going up the incline, but then walking into a house on the south side, if you know the movie, and everything like that. So, yeah, it's just kind of funny watching movies that were made in Pittsburgh because sometimes they're driving through something and end up in a totally different area, and you're going, no, that's not the way it is. Welcome in, Donna Reed Love. Thank you for joining. Yes, George Romero. He did Night of the Living Dead, which was close to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Dawn of the Dead, which was made at our Monroeville Mall back in the days when they had an ice rink there and everything. I believe in the late 70s, he made Dawn of the Dead at the Monroeville Mall, George Romero. We also had Tom Savini. He was one of the horror film and directors and stuff too from Pittsburgh. Welcome in, Mike 88 NYC. Garrett, you're really rattling them off, and I'm not. Yeah, they did Night of the Living Dead, but it's up about an hour away from Pittsburgh, the Night of the Living Dead. Another one was, I just happened to see it, not get, I can't think of his name right now, and I just came across it. Sorry. Sudden Death with the Sudden Death movie. He was a security guard at our Civic Arena. Jean-Claude Van Damme starred in it. And they did a lot of scenes with the Pittsburgh Penguins inside the Civic Arena and everything. It was called Sudden Death. They also did some various other movies. The Dark Knight was made in downtown Pittsburgh. Inspector Gadget was made around the PPG Center. They actually show Inspector Gadget using his gadgets climbing up the PPG tower. I saw that he fought the Penguin mascot in that movie. Yes, the Sudden Death. I'm just trying to go through real quick. Jimmy Hoffa was made here. The Wonder Boys movie was made here. Yes, Iceberg. Welcome in, Mike Wheeler. I'm not sure. I know one of the ones was Sinbad. It was called House Guests. I do have some relatives that were actually extras in that movie. They did like a high school scene, auditorium scene, and they went and sat in the auditorium. And then Sinbad actually was at a playground that was by my grandparents' house, and they did a basketball scene there and stuff. And he was fun to kind of hang out and watch and different things, Sinbad. But as you can see, there was lots of different movies in Pittsburgh that were made. I'm not sure if any, I know Garrett has been mentioning some of the ones that I had mentioned and a few others. I know the original Angels in the Outfield was made here in Pittsburgh because that's about the Pittsburgh Pirates. The remake is more about the Angels of California, the California Angels. So that was pretty much it. There are a lot more when you look up to see what movies were made here in Pittsburgh. And like I said, George Romero and Tom Savini did various films here. And they still do a lot of different, I know a Netflix show has been made here in Pittsburgh. They've always been advertising for extras for some of the Netflix shows and different things. So you just get various, they have a Pittsburgh Film Association. And a lot of times, especially around Academy Award time, they do big special events for that also. Yeah, it would be cool to be an extra. I know for the Dark Knight, I have friends that were extras on a tour bus with Matthew McConaughey for one of the movies that he did. Batman: The Dark Knight Rises. I have some of the snow from the set. This Our Dream said. Um, Trying to think, there was a few other things. Bruce Willis did a few movies here. One of the most recent ones was when Tom Hanks played Fred Rogers, and they did Who Wants to Be My Neighbor. Welcome in, Addie Family Adventures. They actually did that pretty close to my hometown. I also know a couple that actually worked on those sets in the Mount Lebanon area for that movie and the different scenes. They actually got to set up, meet Tom Hanks and everything like that. I was like super jealous because I would love to meet Tom Hanks on that, but they got to go meet him and everything whenever they did the Who Wants to Be My Neighbor when he played Fred Rogers, who's a big icon here in Pittsburgh for the children's show. But on to our trivia. Don't want to hold up everyone. I know I did just had in the trivia, but I do like to thank Dean for actually coming up with a suggestion with the movie days. I've been watching a lot of different people's streams of them talking about Christmas movies, Halloween movies, This Our Dreams, and a few of their friends had a good talk about the animation versus live actions. It's kind of funny just watching how passionate different people are with different films and everything like that. I really didn't like that movie. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. That's the same for me, Chris of Addie Family Adventures. I thought it would be a little bit different than what it ended up. It was more of a grown-up episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood type of thing. So, but I should have known that going in there just because of my friends, knowing, they were working on the set and everything like that. But I was hoping it'll be a little more about Fred Rogers than the actual other part of it. But let's get on to trivia. We're going to do Trivial Pursuit. It's a mixture of different questions. I may pull out some of the Disney cards so we can kind of hit everybody. I just have to find them because I've been packing up some things. But for now, we'll start off with the Trivial Pursuits, and then we'll go from there. So I do welcome everyone in. But here we go. Okay, here we go. If you speak English and German, are you biannual, bilingual, or bilateral? If you speak English and German, are you biannual, bilingual, or bilateral? And Mike Wheeler is the first person I see. Mike Wheeler. Welcome to the board, Mike. And I'll take the second place person, and that is This Our Dream. So I'll take the top two answers, but This Our Dreams and Mike Wheeler. Here we go. Next question. I do welcome you in, Mike NYC88. And Addie Family Adventures. It's Joey's World. What in the World with Russ? What creatures take over the ship in Madagascar? What creatures take over the ship in Madagascar? Well, you guys, cheers. Mike Wheeler and Avery. Welcome in, Avery. So Mike Wheeler and Avery to the board. It was penguins. Penguins. So I got Mike Wheeler and Avery. Welcome to the board. Planet of the Apes. Okay, here we go. Next question. What two explorers did Sacagawea help lead us the west to the Pacific Ocean? Welcome in, Rob Buzz. Thank you for joining. What two explorers did Sacagawea help lead across the west to the Pacific Ocean? And I see Avery and Dis Our Dreams with Lewis and Clark. Lewis and Clark. So Avery and Dis Our Dreams gets it with Lewis and Clark. Hello, Shannon Evans. Welcome in. Or Jessica Evans. How many degrees is a circle divided into? How many degrees is a circle divided into? Welcome in, Jonathan Chong. And Avery and Dis Our Dreams gets it with 360 degrees. Dis Our Dreams and Avery, 360 degrees. Depends on where they go to school. Okay, here we go. Which phrase is defined as a subtle expression of contempt for someone? Which phrase is defined as a subtle expression of contempt for someone? A, throwing shade, B, tossing beans, or C, putting to bed? Which phrase is defined as a subtle expression of contempt for someone? A, throwing shade, B, tossing beans, or C, putting to bed? I will give It's Joey's World and This Our Dreams. This Our Dreams and It's Joey's World for throwing shade. Welcome to the board. It's Joey's World. Yeah, true. He does. Which of these would you not find on a Hawaiian pizza? Which of these would you not find on a Hawaiian pizza? A, pineapple, B, tuna, or C, ham? Jonathan, Chong, and Avery with tuna. Welcome to the board, Jonathan Chung. It is tuna. And Avery gets a point. Pineapple tuna. Here we go. Next question. Which professional sports team plays its home games at Citi Field in Queens, New York? Which professional sports team plays its home games at Citi Field in Queens, New York? And Mike Wheeler and Avery get it with the Mets. Mike Wheeler and Avery with the Mets. Say if you didn't get that one, unless you're a Yankees fan. New York Knights, Robert Redford's team. Next question. Who is the director of Transformers: The Last Knight? Who is the director of Transformers: The Last Knight? And the friendly gamer and Avery get it with Michael Bay. Oh, Russ, you just missed it. I was wondering if you knew that one. But the friendly gamer and Avery. Welcome to the board, friendly gamer. The Transformer movie guy. Next question. Which term is used to describe a country that has no formal government? Which term is used to describe a country that has no formal government? A, democracy, B, anarchy, or C, monarchy? And Monarch Moments and Avery get it with anarchy. Monarch Moments and Avery. Welcome to the board, Monarch Moments. Okay, next question. What type of stories is Aesop known for? Good evening, Griswold family vacay. Thank you for joining. What type of stories is Aesop known for? And this are Dreams and Avery get it with fables. Aesop's fables. Way to go. And I see it's Joey's World and Jonathan Chong and Mike come in with that. Okay, here we go. Next question. Lead is the world's hardest mineral. Lead is the world's hardest mineral. True or false? Lead is the world's hardest mineral. True or false? Monarch Moments and Dishart Dreams gets it with false. Monarch Moments and Dishart Dreams gets it with false. Diamonds is the hardest mineral. Diamonds. What does an odometer measure? What does an odometer measure? A, air pollution, B, oven temperature, or C, car mileage? And a girl's best friend, right? Right, Joey's World, Lisa, or Joey. Wonder Twin Powers, Jeff and Garrett. I will give Jonathan Chung and Monarch Moments. Oops, odometers. I'll give Jonathan Chung Monarch Moments and Dishart Dreams for the mileage. Monarch Moments. Creepy clown. Okay, next question. What is the currency of Japan called? What is the currency of Japan called? Jonathan Chong and Avery get it with the yen. Jonathan Chong and Avery with the yen. Come on, Garrett. I thought you would have had that one, Garrett. The yen. Here we go. Next question. What road do you follow to reach Oz's Emerald City? What road do you follow to reach Oz's Emerald City? And Avery and Dishart Dreams gets it with the yellow brick road. I-95. That could be true there. Actually, it would be I-90 into Seattle for the Emerald City of Seattle. During the month of Ramadan, Muslims fast between sunset and sunrise. During the month of Ramadan, Muslims fast between sunset and sunrise. True or false? During the month of Ramadan, Muslims fast between sunset and sunrise. True or false? So far, I do not see a correct answer. Avery and It's Joey's World gets it with false. Avery and It's Joey's World gets it with false. Which is kind of a trick question because they say they fast from just before sunrise until sunset. Yes, it's false. Which is kind of weird because it is kind of between, okay, sunset and sunrise. They actually fast between sunrise and sunset. So yes, trick question. I'm protesting this game. If you painted a portrait, would it be a landscape, person, or object? If you painted a portrait, would it be a landscape, person, or object? And Avery and This Our Dreams gets it with a person. Avery and This Our Dreams gets it with a person. Hashtag portrait mode, yes. What are you afraid of if you have arachnophobia? What are you afraid of if you have arachnophobia? And Avery, This Our Dreams gets it with spiders. Avery and This Our Dreams gets it with spiders. You know, it's funny, it's Joey's World, because I almost said the same thing. That This Our Dreams knows what portrait mode is. get Gabe to get you water, or Michelle or Hannah. Okay, here we go. Next question. What is coffee made from? Bark, beans, or leaves? What is coffee made from? Bark, beans, or leaves? Yeah, chef's thing did, yes. Gabe is loading the dishwasher. And Mike Wheeler and Avery get it, and I'm gonna go with the third answer of It's Joey's World. So Mike Wheeler, Avery, and It's Joey's World with coffee beans. With beans. I'm gonna start giving the third person a point also. I'm trying to keep it close. What world renowned art museum sits along the banks of the Seine River? Yes, I know he does try. What world-renowned art museum visits along the banks of the Seine River? Avery, This Our Dreams, and It's Joey's World with the Louvre. The Louvre. Okay, here we go. Next question. Who is known as the science guy? Who is known as the science guy? Sarah Fry, Bill Nye, or Robert Bly? Avery, Mike Wheeler, and Jonathan Chong with Bill Nye. Avery, Mike Wheeler, and Jonathan Chong with Bill Nye, the science guy. Yeah, I sort of miss it, but I'm curious to see what this Guardians of the Galaxy coaster is going to be like. Plus, once that opens, Ratatouille, then you'll have your pick of rides because you'll be spreading everybody out because you'll have Tron to choose from. You'll still have Galaxy's Edge, and then all of those rides at Epcot. Okay, here we go. Next question. Which job did George Washington not have? Which job did George Washington not have? General, governor, or president? Yeah, there's a good bit of people that grew up with Bill Nye, the science guy. He was a little bit after me. So Mike Wheeler, Avery, and It's Joey's World with the governor. Mike Wheeler, It's Joey's World, and Avery with the governor. Because he was General Washington and President Washington. Okay. In what Roald Dahl book did Augustus Gloop, Veruca Salt, Violet Beauregard, Mike TV, and Charlie win golden tickets? In what Roald Dahl book did Augustus Gloop, Veruca Salt, Violet Beauregard, Mike TV, and Charlie win golden tickets? Avery, Mike Wheeler, and Jonathan Chong get it with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Avery, Mike Wheeler, and Jonathan Chong with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was the movie that they made, and then when Tim Burton did his, he did it, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Welcome in the Hitchhiking Bones. Boo to you. A stealth plane is invisible to radar. True or false? A stealth plane is invisible to radar. True or false? It's Joey's World, Monarch Moments, and Avery. Get it with true. So it's Joey's World, Monarch Moments, and Avery. Get it with true. Okay, here we go. Next question. Let me check. On mine, I have you fourth, Mike Wheeler. As I have It's Joey's World, Monarch Moments, and Avery, and then Mike Wheeler. Unless you answered before. No. Okay. Yeah, and I have Avery, Joey's World, and Monarch Moments. Menu. Okay, here we go. Next question. What sport is Babe Ruth famous for playing? I have Avery, Jonathan Chong, and It's Joey's World with baseball. Avery, Jonathan Chong, and It's Joey's World. Couple more of these questions. I'm going to switch to Disney questions to finish out the evening. Which place on Earth is most? I'm sorry. Which place on Earth is most like Mars? A. Great Salt Lake. B. Antarctica. C. Sahara Desert. Which place on Earth is most like Mars? A. Great Salt Lake. B. Antarctica. Or C. Sahara Desert. Which place on Earth is most like Mars? A. Great Salt Lake. B. Antarctica. Or C. Sahara Desert. So Avery and Mike Wheeler. Avery and Mike Wheeler with Antarctica. Avery and Mike Wheeler with Antarctica. Yeah, you put two answers. Mars, PA. That's a good one, Russ. Except it's not cold and icy there. Here we go. All dinosaurs were meat eaters. True or false? All dinosaurs were meat eaters. True or false? It's Joey's World, Mike Wheeler and Avery with false. Yes, in the wintertime it is. So it's Joey's World, Avery and Mike Wheeler. Yes, they had. It is false. Some dinosaurs only ate plants. What poisonous female spider has a red hourglass on its abdomen? What poisonous female spider has a red hourglass on its abdomen? Or Taco Bell. Jonathan Chong. It's Joey's World, Avery, and Russ. Welcome to the board. So Russ, Jonathan Chong, it's Joey's World, and Avery. It is a black widow. Or a red A for Avengers. Yeah, that's true. A red A for Avengers. In what sport would you perform a Lutz, loop, and axle? In what sport would you perform a Lutz, loop, and axle? So Avery, Hitchhiking Bones, welcome to the board, and Jonathan Chong with figure skating. So Avery, Hitchhiking Bones, and Jonathan Chong. Welcome to the board, Hitchhiking Bones. Avery, Jonathan, Hitchhiking. Couple more questions. Who wrote The Lord of the Rings? Who wrote The Lord of the Rings? Monarch Moments. Avery. It's Joey's World. Russ and Hitchhiking Bones was real close. Here we go. What is the Italian word that refers to photographers who take candid pictures of celebrities for publications? What is the Italian word that refers to photographers who take candid pictures of celebrities for publications? Mike Wheeler, Avery, and It's Joey's World gets it with paparazzi. Paparazzi. Mike Wheeler, It's Joey's World, and Avery. Okay, we're going to go ahead and switch over to Disney questions. That way everybody will have a chance here. Yes, I will give a score update. Mike Wheeler has 11 points. This Our Dreams has 11 points. Avery has 24 points. It's Joey's World has 11 points. Jonathan Chong has 8 points. Friendly Gamer, 1 point. Monarch Moments, 5 points. Russ has 1 point. And Hitchhiking Bones has 1 point. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully it's good for you. Here we go. This is Disney Trivia. Yes, you're on the board. Here we go. In the Sorcerer's Apprentice segment of Fantasia, what did Mickey get to do his chores for him? In the Sorcerer's Apprentice segment of Fantasia, what did Mickey get to do his chores for him? We traded for a second. It's Joey's World, Mike Wheeler, and Avery with brooms. With the brooms. So I'm going to start over on this one. I'm going to start the scores over again. So Avery, you won the first part. And I did have a lot of 11 pointers. So I have 3 people who tied for second at 11 points. And that was It's Joey's World, This Our Dreams, and Mike Wheeler. So let's see. On this one, it was It's Joey's World. Avery and Mike Wheeler. That way, give everybody a chance. It was brooms. The Roomba, that wasn't invented back then. In Disney's Davy Crockett and the River Pirates, in what city does the river race between Mike Fink and Davy Crockett end? Ah, yes, because they do carry the water. Yes. In Disney's Davy Crockett and the River Pirates, in what city does the river race between Mike Fink and Davy Crockett end? Not Maysville, but think if you were going down the Mississippi River. And they used to have the Mike Fink keel boats. That's like when you're walking, now that they have the line going down through the Haunted Mansion, that's where the Mike Fink keel boats used to be. River of Dreams. I do see one correct answer. So Russ, Mike Wheeler, and Avery get it with New Orleans. So welcome to the board, Russ. What in the world with Russ? I hope you enjoyed your dinner, Russ. Where'd you guys end up eating at? Yeah, that one. These are older questions, so I should look at them before I go and ask the question. But yes, Russ got it. Ah, Chili's. Yeah, I did see a lot of people saying that Disney Springs was at capacity. But what do they expect if they're not going to have the parks open late? And people have dinner reservations because people were asking how they should go. And I'm guessing you're probably better off taking the bus from your resort to Disney Springs so you can get in there. Or you have to go and Uber or something. Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said. I was reading that on a Facebook group and stuff. Yeah, the holiday weekend. Hello, Car Key Carol. Thank you for joining. Okay, let's go on to the next question. In the Disney featurette Ben and Me, what is Ben's full name? In the Disney featurette Ben and Me, what is Ben's full name? Yeah, they should. They say that the garages were closed. So far, I see one correct answer. Kirky, are you fine? We phoned you. I will give Avery the point for Benjamin Franklin. He's the only one that got it, Benjamin Franklin. It was about the mouse and Ben Franklin. Yeah, they probably should, because a lot of people, when they did get up to the garages, and then some people said if you go to the Mango lot, I think it's an outside surface lot by where Cirque du Soleil is. Sometimes they have that where people can go, but they don't really guarantee if you have a reservation for dinner. They're telling people you're not guaranteed to get in. But then people have said if they went to that outdoor lot by Cirque du Soleil, they got parked. But I have friends that go to the parks all the time, and if they don't get a reservation inside the parks at one of the restaurants, they go to Miller's Ale House or that Twin Peaks that's right outside of Disney Springs, and then there's a couple other places they've gone to, depending on their mood. Oh wow, that wasn't fun. That kind of a lot of people, like I said, I'm sorry for getting off the trivia thing, but I know reading on the Facebook group people talking about that and people having trips with the holidays coming up, especially Thanksgiving, and then I'm not sure what the Christmas season between Thanksgiving and Christmas will be, but they're kind of worried about that if the parks aren't going to be open late, and then you're wondering about food, and then you hear about the food courts like at Pop Century being lined up. um, and I don't know how when I was watching Josh and Jenna last night at the Polynesian, but I know with them doing construction at the Polynesian, it might not be as busy at Captain Cook's, and they did mobile order, but it looked kind of busy there. But people are saying they're having trouble finding places to eat afterwards, especially somebody was saying Pop Century was crazy nuts. And that kind of has me worried because that's one of the places that I would probably be staying at unless I moved to Caribbean Beach or something, or just had a yeah, it was like that at Boardwalk too, hard to get even pizza window service for over an hour. Yeah. So I would probably make sure I had a car and just go off property to somewhere local. But even those places are busy because I know the group of people I watch, they'll film themselves. They'll have the live stream still going when they go to those places. Okay, friendly gamer, have a good night. I'm going to do a couple more questions and then we will end the evening. What character from the Jungle Book does Baloo call Baggy? What character from the Jungle Book does Baloo call Baggy? And Karki, Russ, and Will of Hitchhiking Bones. Way to go with Bagheera. Bagheera. So Karki, Russ, and Will with Bagheera. Joey Bag of Donuts. According to the song Winnie the Pooh, Who plays in the 100-Acre Wood? According to the song Winnie the Pooh, who plays in the 100-Acre Wood? So I see Avery, Will of the Hitchhiking Bones, and Karki with Christopher Robin. Will, Avery, and Karki with Christopher Robin. Double check something. Yes. Okay, here we go. What is the syndicated animated television series that stars Goofy? What is the syndicated animated television series that stars Goofy? Oh no, Mike. So Will, Karki, and Russ get it with Goof Troop. Will, Karki, and Russ with the Goof Troop. Right now, Avery has 4 points, Russ 3 points, Karki 3 points, and Will of the Hitchhiking Bones 3 points. What, Joey? What, you're in the nah. Joey bag of donuts. You probably have to hide the donuts from Joey. Although he's a good hider from Keith on food. Okay, done with that one. In The Lion King, who is killed in a wildebeest stampede? In The Lion King, who is killed in a wildebeest stampede? So Avery, Will, and Russ with Mufasa. Avery, Will, and Russ with Mufasa. We'll see if anybody knows this film or not. If not, we'll move on. What Touchstone motion picture was filmed entirely in black and white? What Touchstone motion picture was filmed entirely in black and white? It's kind of like a B movie. I know I went to see this movie because I worked at a video movie store, and the guy who was my manager talked about this movie and stuff because the guy made B movies, B horror film, sci-fi movies, and it was kind of about him. So I'm just curious if anybody ever seen it, but a lot of you are probably a little bit younger, so you might not have seen it before. So I will. Not Frank and Weenie, but that's a good guess. I'll go ahead and move on. But Touchstone Pictures was a subsidiary of like Disney, and stuff, I guess, so they could do more like adult type films type of thing, or that type of thing. But Ed Wood, I don't know if anybody ever heard of that movie, Ed Wood. I think he was like a director that did like corny B movie type of things, but it was called Ed Wood. Okay, let's move on. But it was called Ed Wood. He did like I know something with spaceships and stuff like that. And he made the movies like kind of cheap. And I know Bela Lugosi was in this movie and stuff like that. Yeah, I believe I was gonna say Johnny Depp was in that. I think he played Ed Wood, and then you had Bela Lugosi was in there. Yeah, yeah, I never really heard of it, but like I said, the guy I worked with talked about it so much, it piqued my curiosity, so I went and saw it. It's kind of interesting. Okay, here we go. Next question. What popular Disney song is performed by Carmen Twilly? Now you can breathe. 1994, Jonathan Chong. What popular Disney song is performed by Carmen Twilly? So Jonathan Chong, Will of the Hitchhiking Bones, and Avery, Circle of Life. And welcome to the board, Jonathan. Good job, everyone. Here we go. Next question. What show at Disneyland featured Pecos Bill and Slewfoot Sue in a musical comedy review? What show at Disneyland featured Pecos Bill, Slewfoot Sue, and a musical comedy review? Disney World used to have that same show, but in a different venue name. This is at Disneyland. I don't know if they still have it or not. Okay, it's Joey's World. Lisa, Joey, and Keith, have a great night. Have a good night. Thank you for joining, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already done so. So far, I see one correct answer. And I will go ahead and give it to Mike Wheeler for the Golden Horseshoe review. Mike Wheeler. Hey, Monarch Moments. I'm surprised you didn't get that with the Golden Horseshoe review. Do they still have that show? Because I know the Diamond Horseshoe review at Disney World, they're using it as overflow for Liberty Tree Tavern, but sometimes they have food served on a regular, like when it was normal, as their own type of restaurant. Okay, I was just wondering. Have a great night. It's Joey's World. Now you got it, the Golden Horseshoe review. I always get them mixed up because you figure I would have thought Diamond Horseshoe would have been Disney World or Disneyland. Okay. Okay, Monarch Moments, Garrett. Okay, here we go. Next question. What animated character lives in Hangman's Tree? What animated character lives in Hangman's Tree? Welcome in, Orlando Mike. Oh, no problem, Mike. Thank you for joining. So far, I see two people with the correct answer. I will give it to Orlando, Mike, and Avery for Peter Pan. Peter Pan and as well as the Lost Boys lived in Hangman's Tree. Welcome in, Orlando, Mike. And Mike. What is the name of Corey Matthews' girlfriend in the Touchstone television series Boy Meets World? What is the name of Corey Matthews' girlfriend in the Touchstone television series Boy Meets World? Mike Wheeler, Will of the Hitchhiking Ghost, and Russ gets it with Topanga. Topanga. So Mike Wheeler, Russ, and Will. Hey, that's a good thank you for the directions there. Topanga. Yeah, I think it was like always on at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or the Boy Meets World, or it might have been in the evening and then went to after school type of thing. Okay, a few more questions, and then I will call it an evening. Right now, the score is Avery has 7 points, Mike Wheeler 6 points, Russ has 5 points, Car Key 3 points, Hitchhiking Bones Will 6 points, Jonathan Chong 2 points, Orlando Mike 1 point. You don't need Funkos. Only you buy Funkos. Monarch Moments. You and Gilbert. Okay, here we go. Next question. What actors supply the voices of Woody and Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story? What actors supply the voices of Woody and Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story? What actors supply the voices of Woody and Buzz Lightyear in a Toy Story? I'll give Jonathan Chong 1 point for Tom Hanks. Avery will get 2 points for naming them both, and Mike Wheeler 2, and Jonathan. So Jonathan, Avery, and Mike Wheeler, with Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. Okay, next question. What is the name of the Disney MGM Studios, Hollywood Studios restaurant where guests dine while watching science fiction movies? What is the name of the Hollywood Studios restaurant where guests dine while watching science fiction movies? So I got Mike Wheeler and Karki with the sci-fi dine-in. But Avery, Karki, and Mike Wheeler. This is a question. You're asking this is a question? Or that was a question? This is an Amy question. Oh, yes. I actually like going to that restaurant. I know a lot of people give it, yeah, the food's kind of mediocre, but to me, a lot of the food at places. But I had a really good steak dinner there last December, the last time I was at Disney World, and I thought it was really good. Plus, and I did help open that whenever I was a cast member. That's what that question's old because it does have the MGM Studios. What animated feature takes place? I'm sorry. What animated feature takes place in a city called Agrabah? What animated feature takes place in a city called Agrabah or Agrabah? I have Avery, Mike Wheeler, and Will with Aladdin. Avery, Mike Wheeler, and Will with Aladdin. Mostly everybody got that one. Way to go. What is the centerpiece of Disney's Animal Kingdom? Ah, yes. What is the centerpiece of Disney's Animal Kingdom? So Mike Wheeler, Avery, and Will with the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life. Welcome in, Shelley Starwalker. Hope you're having a good evening. Dole Whip. Wrong park. Although they do have Dole Whips at Animal Kingdom in the back of the African section. Welcome in, Shelley. Okay, 5 more questions for this evening. 5 more, then I have to call it an evening. Okay, let's see if people know. What is the only high-speed thrill ride at Disneyland set to a musical score? What is the only high-speed thrill ride at Disneyland set to a musical score? Yes, it does have a lot of carvings, Mike. 88. So we have Mike Wheeler, Avery, Will, and I'll give Jonathan Chong the point also. So Mike Wheeler, Avery, Will, and Jonathan Chong. I knew that that's what you were trying to say there, Mike. Let's see if anybody can get this. What Walt Disney won an Emmy for Operation Undersea, which was about the making of what Disney feature film? What Walt Disney won an Emmy for Operation Undersea, which was about the making of what Disney feature film? So Will, Mike Wheeler, and Jonathan Chong with 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So Jonathan Chong, Will, and Mike Wheeler. Good job. Okay. Here we go. In The Little Mermaid, who spies on Ariel and Flounder while Ariel sings Part of Your World? Jules Verne. So Mike Wheeler, Will, and Karki get it with Sebastian. So Karki, Mike Wheeler, and Will. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, right now I have a tie with Avery and Mike Wheeler for first place. What Disney theme park opened on April 15th, 1983? What Disney theme park opened on April 15th, 1983? I see two correct answers. Unless somebody else, Mike 88 gets it. Okay, so Avery Monarch Moments, and Mike 88 NYC with Tokyo Disneyland. Tokyo Disneyland. So Avery, Mike 88, welcome to the board. And Monarch Moments, welcome to the board. Yeah, I was going to say Hong Kong was later. Yeah, from the other game, Garrett. Okay, here we go. 2 more questions left. What is the name of Mrs. Potts' son in Beauty and the Beast? What is the name of Mrs. Potts' son in Beauty and the Beast? Karki, Mike Wheeler, and Shelly Starwalker get the points. Welcome to the board, Shelly. But it is Chip. Okay, here we go. The Touchstone Pictures film, Who's Got Love? I'm sorry. What's Love Got to Do with It? Is based on the true story of what famous female singer? What is the name? I'm sorry. The Touchstone Pictures film, What's Love Got to Do with It? Is based on the true story of a famous female singer. Rodrigo was her other son who worked at a pizza place and couldn't be seen. So let's see. I got Shelly, Starwalker, Avery, and Karki with Tina Turner. So Shelly, Karki, and Avery. Okay. I need to get a tie. Mike Wheeler, are you still here? Because you and Avery got to have a tie breaker question for our winner. So you guys are the final question of the evening. Oh no. I don't want you to miss it, but you and Avery need to play the final question to break the tiebreaker. Or I can let you both be first place. And I'll just throw a question out, and whoever answers it gets points. But then Avery could win. Ready. I'll go ahead and put it out there and we'll see what happens. I'm good to go. Okay, here we go. Lady Tremaine is whose stepmother? Lady Tremaine is whose stepmother? You both got it. And Avery comes in first with Cinderella. So Avery is our first place winner. Mike Wheeler is the second place winner. And Jonathan Chong, I'll give you a point, even though. So here is the point standing. First place was Avery. Second place was Mike Wheeler. Third place was Will of Hitchhiking Bones. Jonathan Chong had 7 points. Karki had 7 points. Russ had 5 points. Shelly Starwalker, 2 points. It's Joey's World, Orlando Mike, Mike88 NYC, and Garrett of Monarch Moments, 1 point each. And Garrett on the last game, you had 5 points, so you had 6 points altogether. So good game, everyone. Thank you for joining. I do appreciate it. I know it's a surprise, but I wanted to get my movies in. I did pick Pittsburgh movies that were filmed here in Pittsburgh. That was at the beginning because Dean at the Live Place had asked different channels to do a movie week, and I decided to do that. I was going to do 2,000 films, but then I thought after a while, let me do something a little different about my hometown because they do film a lot of films here. Not as much as they used to, but they do every once in a while get films made here. And then we just played some trivia. So I do thank everyone for joining in. I hope you have a great night. Yes, Karki, that was, yes. A couple of those questions threw me off, but most of the Disney ones helped me keep that high score there. So thank you. I do thank everyone for joining in. Make sure you check out tomorrow. I know there's Nerd Talk. I'm not sure whose channel it is on, but there is Nerd Talk. I believe it might be Dis Our Dreams or Kenzie Days, and they're going to be rating their series that they did on the Marvel movies. So they'll each be giving their opinions of the Marvel movies. Monarch Moments has family game night tomorrow evening. I know Pete McDevitt, if any of you haven't seen it already, he did a live stream today. It's worthwhile watching the replay. Very inspirational story about what happened to him about a year ago and how things are going. It was very inspirational, and yes, have the box of Kleenex there. But it was a great time. Have a great evening, everyone. I do thank you all for joining. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. And yes, the Nerd Talk is on Kenzie Days' channel. And have a great evening. And I will see you in the chats and let the adventures begin. Good night, everyone, and have a great night and have a great rest of the weekend. I know I'm off on Monday, so I may have another pop-up late night trivia stream, so we'll see. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.